everyone. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Helping people get off the streets of Los Angeles is still a major undertaking in 2024. Councilmember Eunisses Hernandez and other representatives welcomed 95 units of interim housing in Cypress Park, which, alongside many support services offered, hope to set its future residents up for success. 1, 2, 3!
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. I am super excited to be able to join you today. Today, we did the ribbon cutting for Northeast New Beginnings, which is a first of its kind interim housing site. This place is opening up in Cypress Park in CD1, and I'm so excited because this lot right here where we're standing used to be nothing. It used to be dirt, and now it has 95 units of interim housing for our district and the city of Los Angeles. 95 units for singles, couples, and their pets that has kitchens, full bathrooms. Something that's really important is that people who come and live here are going to be able to access direct mental health services, substance use services, harm reduction services, a lot of the holistic support that they need to become financially stable, mentally stable, so that they can live in permanent housing, so that they can make it in our communities.
People who've been out on the streets, better to be in a shelter, an interim facility, than a tent. And especially with the weather being what it is, we need to take care of everyone. Wraparound services will be provided, that's social services, so that's medical attention, dental, that will include all health assisted services. In addition to this facility, they have a small dog park, which is wonderful, a laundry area, and they have some units that are ADA accessible for the disabled. So this is a game changer for us, and what a beautiful gift for the city to give to our residents on this second day of the New Year's, to say that 95 people are going to have housing available to them and shelter.
Well, every area needs these type of facilities, and so this area needed one as well, and this will serve a great area, but we have much more work to do. We need many more of them for sure in the city.
These 95 units bring opportunities for us to be able to get people off of the streets here in CD1. We have hundreds of people who are by the 110 freeway, the LA riverbed, all across our neighborhoods. And this gives us a shot at housing 95 people. We are a district that has always been a yes district in bringing these type of resources, but we haven't had enough built to actually meet the need of our district. So this is the beginning of us really moving forward, creating more opportunities to get people into housing.
We recently caught up with Council President Paul Krekorian to find out what some of his highlights of 2023 were. Welcoming new council members and providing his constituents with the services they needed earned a top spot. Check it out.
There have been a lot of accomplishments in this past year, but I think leading among them in my mind is the fact that this council has been able to really turn a page.
No meeting without resignation!
This meeting is adjourned.
Paul Krekorian, chosen unanimously by his colleagues on the council, new council president.
And since then, we have 7 brand new members of the council. And these members have really hit the ground running and have been able to really demonstrate to the city how effectively this council can operate. But what my constituents, and I think the constituents of all council members, care about the most is how do we deliver city services to their families in their communities. This has been a long and fun tradition that we have in CD2. We provide free entertainment at North Hollywood Park, and we do movies, we do concerts, because NoHo is, after all, the NoHo Arts District. It's really important to me that people have an opportunity to enjoy all that's best about Los Angeles, the full range of cultural experiences that they can get for free. We have a significant number of improvements to our local parks and infrastructure that I'm ready to pass the baton to my successor. If we can't complete them before I'm done, I want to make sure they're in good shape to be completed. We just got the approval for District NoHo, which is a massive development for North Hollywood. And as a result, that's a project that's going to create over 50,000 construction jobs. It's an investment of over $1 billion in private investment in North Hollywood, which will create over 1,200 new homes, as well as lots of retail space, office space, entertainment amenities, open space for the public, transportation improvements. That's a proud accomplishment that I hope to advance forward in the coming year and then be able to pass the baton to my successor. I'm very proud of the work that we've done to make sure that each community of my district has had an advocate, has had somebody who's fighting for them to make their community better, and I think we've done that.
From reminiscing of the past to looking into the future, Councilmember Eunisses Hernandez is approaching her second year in office by bringing back successful programs from 2023 and focusing, amongst other areas, on mental health support and housing.
2024 reflects year 2 for our administration here representing CD1. Year 1 has been phenomenal. It's been a lot of hard work. I have 2 highlights. Number 1 is bringing the Denver Star team from Denver, Colorado here to Los Angeles. Denver Star teams respond to mental health crises, and here in Los Angeles, we desperately need teams that can answer when people call for someone experiencing a mental health crisis. I brought them over from Denver so that we can learn and study from the program. And number 2, we brought safe street infrastructure to dozens of schools across CD1. What do I mean by that? We brought slow street signs, we brought speed bumps, we brought other additional crosswalkers, all of this so that people can go to school, kids can go to school and come back home safely in their neighborhoods. One of the highlights that I enjoyed the most was getting a street medicine team for CD1. The street medicine team helps out people experiencing homelessness, mental health needs. They might have wound care and other supportive services to prevent crises from occurring in the first place. So we have one brand new team exclusively for CD1. In 2024, we are really excited about continuing our Música y Poemas program. We had a Música y Poemas event this past 2023 where we had dozens of artists and performers and vendors. We want to expand that and continue to make sure that people all across our district have access to art, culture, and music. I am really excited to be able to respond more to the needs of our constituents by addressing the backlog of 311 and moving forward street cleaning, graffiti removal, pothole fixing. CD1 residents can expect from our team building and creating more access to interim housing. We have just opened up New Beginnings, Northeast New Beginnings here in CD1 in Cypress Park, which creates 95 new beds of interim housing for singles, couples, or their pets. I'm really excited about expanding our MacArthur Park overdose prevention strategy. MacArthur Park in CD1 is one of the epicenters of overdoses in the entire city of Los Angeles. We've been working on phase 1 of our MacArthur Park overdose prevention strategy, which is to build out mobile overdose prevention teams, and we're hoping to keep moving forward with phase 2, which is to expand the access to these services 5 to 6 days a week. If people need to get in contact with our CD1 team, please, CD1 Los Angeles on all social media platforms. We are constantly sharing information, and we want people to know what's happening in their district.
We head up north to get a bird's eye view of the 2023 accomplishments that Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez is most proud of. From Depeche Mode Day to the drone light shows, 2023 has illuminated the way for what the Councilwoman assures us will be a busy 2024.
I have so many wonderful moments to reflect on for 2023, from the opening of West Lakeside Park in Sylmar, 12 acres of new green space for our community, to revitalization of Brand Park, to an RV pilot, which we are embarking upon expanding citywide, which is making a huge transformative difference. I've led on both in-district investments and citywide policy. But I would be remiss if I didn't also recognize some of the very cool moments that I got to experience, celebrating and honoring Depeche Mode, some of the most culturally iconic members of the music scene. There has just been so many wonderful moments to reflect on, but I'm looking forward to continuing that work in 2024. From the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council, where we have now welcomed our second cohort, I'm just so proud to be able to keep that door open for the next generation of young people to find their voice and their space to lead in city government. I love community events, and there are no shortage of opportunities for us to celebrate and come together as a city. From Dia de los Muertos to my new favorite event is our 4th of July celebration, where we have introduced drones in lieu of traditional pyrotechnics. We are leading more environmentally forward ways of celebrating so that we don't leave an impact to our environment. And we have some of the most wonderful and very diverse environments, from our equestrian community to the largest municipal swimming pool in the entire country in the district. These are real amenities that we get to celebrate. And so I'm just excited to be able to go into 2024 with more on the calendar. For 2024, I'm most excited about the expansion of my RV pilot. Here in CD7, we have successfully partnered with West Valley Homes Yes to create a model where we aren't moving RVs from one side of the street to another, but we have actually placed 94 residents into housing. We've disposed of 65 RVs and trailers, and we're going to continue to expand on that success. What my constituents can count on in 2024 is that we are not slowing down. From opening more parks and more spaces, like our first dog park in the San Fernando Valley, in the Northeast San Fernando Valley. So I just look forward to continuing to serve in my role as a council member. I really enjoy the ability to serve the community I've called home my entire life, but I look forward to working alongside my colleagues to making sure that we're expanding what works in the city, making better use of our taxpayer dollars that show measured results in every neighborhood, regardless of your zip code.
There are also many important advances worth celebrating in Council District 11. Councilwoman Traci Park dropped by our studio to discuss her commitment to safety and environmental protection and talk about a film icon's home she was able to save.
We have had an incredible amount of accomplishments in our first year in office, but some of the work that I am most proud of is the work that I've done around public safety. For years now here in the city of Los Angeles, our police department has been chronically underfunded and understaffed, and I was very proud that in this year's budget, we invested in LAPD. We are making historic investments in recruitment and retention, similarly with our fire department. So those were two really important steps in the right direction, and I really appreciate the partnership and leadership of our mayor in this very important course correction for our city. You may recall that we had the largest algal bloom that we've ever recorded in our local Pacific Ocean. Thousands of seals and sea lions and dolphins were sickened by this toxic algae. It was a heartbreaking thing to see, and a really important reminder to all of us about how fragile our ocean environment is. Through our partnership, the Marine Mammal Care Center was able to save hundreds of local marine mammals. One of my proudest accomplishments this past year was getting to save Marilyn Monroe's iconic home in Brentwood. So when my team and I found out that the property had been purchased and the new owners had pulled demolition permits, we received emails and phone calls from thousands of people. Within 72 hours, we sprung into action, we got the information we needed, and I went straight to the city council asking for an intervention to save Marilyn Monroe's Brentwood home. As we head into 2024, my team and I are going to stay laser focused on addressing homelessness in Council District 11, as well as our entire city. We've done tremendous work in a very short time, reducing the number of people living in tents on our sidewalks, and we are now turning that focus to tackling the RV crisis. But I'm also excited about taking on some new initiatives and some new projects. We're perking up our parks, we need to repair our infrastructure, and I'm really excited to be working with local communities on a number of beautification projects across my district. If folks want to catch up with me and my team, I would encourage them to go to cd11.lacity.gov. They can sign up for our weekly newsletter, and all of our contact information is available on our website.
From movie royalty to a royal procession, stick around for our upcoming story about the Tres Reyes celebration at El Pueblo. CicLAvia is holding its 50th Free Street event. LA Sanitation will host a drive for clothing donations. The winner of the LAFD 2023 Photo of the Year is announced. These stories up next on City Beat.
CicLAvia kicks off 2024 with their 50th Open Street event happening Sunday, February 25th on Melrose Avenue. This event is free to attend and will close roads to traffic, opening up 4 miles of streets on Melrose between Fairfax and Vermont. Since 2010, CicLAvia has been connecting communities and opening streets to encourage Angelenos to adopt a healthier lifestyle by moving more. With over 1.8 million people participating and creating over 294 miles of open streets, CicLAvia is the biggest open streets event in the U.S. CicLAvia is a nonprofit organization in partnership with the City of Los Angeles, the LA Department of Transportation, and Metro. For more information about this event, visit CicLAvia.org. LA Sanitation and Environment, LASAN, and City Facilities Recycling Program, CFRP, are hosting a drive to reutilize men's, women's, and children's clothing. The public is invited to donate new or gently used jackets, shirts, pants, and socks, with all items supporting those who need them the most. Donations will be accepted from now until March 1st, with all drop-off locations being open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. LASAN holds drives like this throughout the year to help residents use resources efficiently, meet zero-waste goals, and support Angelenos in need. There are 6 drop-off locations throughout the city, which include Sun Valley, Northridge, Downtown, West LA, San Pedro, and North Central LA. For more information, visit lacitysan.org. The Los Angeles Fire Department, LAFD, has proclaimed a winner for the 4th annual LAFD 2023 Photo of the Year contest. Fire Chief Kristen Crowley and firefighter Margaret Stewart jointly announced the top 3 vote getters: Jacob Terzoli, Henry Bergson, and Jack Quillen. Photographers submitted photos that captured the heroic feats and diverse challenges faced by firefighters, with the public voting online December 18th through 27th. This year, in addition to the coveted LAFD swag bag, each finalist will receive a cash prize donated by the United Firefighters of Los Angeles City. Taking home the title of LAFD 2023 Photo of the Year is Jack Quillen, whose prize-winning photo will hang in LAFD headquarters at City Hall East. For more info on the 2023 Photo of the Year contest, please visit lafd.org.
Many Hispanic cultures celebrate the tradition where 3 kings brought gifts to baby Jesus when he was born. In our city, many people gathered at El Pueblo to see the Tres Reyes Street procession, enjoy a piece of rosca, and take home some gifts.
Today is the Day of the 3 Kings, so this is commemorating the day that 3 kings, or the 3 magi, came to see the baby Jesus, and they brought him gifts. They brought him gold, frankincense, and myrrh as a present to the little baby Jesus. We have a procession that has Joseph, Mary, the baby, the three kings. And after the procession, we have a rosca that we give the public, along with some champurrado. And this year we were lucky to have a little donation, so we have some extra toys to give out to some of the kids. This is part of our traditional events. So the rosca is this traditional round bread that usually has like little candy on top, candied yam or candied guayaba or powdered sugar. And inside they have a little baby. So the family will bring one to have with the entire extended family. And whoever gets the baby is the one that has to do the party for the following year. And they become the madrina of the baby of that house usually.
I think it's really special that we all come together for Dia de los Reyes and celebrate baby Jesus and the three kings that brought him all of his gifts, and it's just a fun time. This is the traditional celebration of Christmas in a lot of Latin cultures, where children would leave their shoes outside and get gifts from the three kings, like the way they brought it to Jesus. And I think that we've come away from that with like Western culture and Christmas being December 25th. And so for me personally, it's something fun to look forward to in the new year.
Lo que nos atrae es la cultura mexicana, la música, la rosca, el pan, las tradiciones mexicanas. Así aprendemos más de nuestra propia cultura y la gente se entretiene más y enseñarle a sus hijos también.
People are starting to come back and they enjoy the fact that we have music and the traditions are still here and they can come with their families. The ambience is really nice. They like to enjoy the nice warm champurrado with the rosca, and the extra gift of the toys should be fun for the children.
Everybody should come. It's really fun. You get to eat the crown cake and look for baby Jesus, and it's just a fun way to celebrate our Mexican heritage.
To stay up to date with all the events happening at El Pueblo, visit elpueblo.lacity.gov. In this week's feature story, 3 leading staff members of the East Los Angeles Women's Shelter sit down with our Anita Bennett. Through a holistic approach, their organization protects and supports abuse survivors. Let's hear this story.
When we hear the words domestic violence, many people think it can't happen to me. Well, it actually happens more often than you think, but there are places you can turn for help. One such place is the East Los Angeles Women's Center. Let's talk about the services that you offer. How do you help domestic violence survivors?
We provide counseling services regardless if they're currently in the situation of domestic violence or if they have a history of it, as well as sexual assault. So a lot of times you have survivors who maybe didn't deal with the problems, they went through life afterwards with sexual assault or human trafficking or domestic violence happening with them. And then, all of a sudden an extra trauma happens to them later on in their life. And then that's when everything comes up. We have group supports also. We have our outreach component, which a healthcare navigation, especially with HIV and AIDS, and a lot of our youth program with prevention as well.
We also respond immediately after a sexual assault has been reported. Sometimes it's the police department that reaches out to us. Sometimes it's the hospital. Community members will refer people, and then unfortunately, we've been around for 47 years. Unfortunately, word of mouth is one of our biggest ways of coming into contact with different community members. And then of course our promotoras. They bring a lot of the foot traffic into the organization as well.
Part of the job that we do as a East Los Angeles Women's Center is looking at a very holistic approach, trying to pinpoint what is the need. So we tailor make it to whatever their wellness path and their healing journey looks like.
Thank you, Ruth, for coming here. And you are going to leave us now. Rebecca, you will stick around. And we'll be right back to talk about community outreach for survivors. Welcome back. Now we are continuing our conversation on domestic violence and ways the East Los Angeles Women's Center can help. And now joining us is Jasmine Flores. You are the center's lead promotora or community outreach person. All right, so how does community outreach work?
please understand that they're not alone. There's a lot of resources, a lot of organizations like ours that they can bring, provide information, resources. Please call us. They can call us at our hotline number 24/7. We have a bilingual line, so please, they're not alone.
We have a chat line as well.
We also have a chat line, yes.
You can walk into the center. You can walk, if you're anywhere near LA General, you can walk into our offices at the Wellness Center or to the emergency department. Just request to speak to an advocate. Somebody there will call us. If you run into a promotora, there's a lot of points of entry. Ask around. Everybody knows how to find us.
The promotoras are everywhere.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
In this week's Things to Do, celebrate the historical Campo de Cahuenga, attend a screening of 18th and Grand the Olympic Auditorium, and learn the art of long stitch bookbinding. All this up next on Things to Do.
Step into the past with an enchanting evening at Campo de Cahuenga. Join Council President Paul Krekorian and the Department of Rec and Parks in celebrating the historical agreement that ended the conquest of California. With actors in full traditional gear, a reenactment will commemorate the scene at the original site, followed by a fiesta. Don't miss this chance to walk where the Treaty of Cahuenga was signed, ending the Mexican-American War and shaping the destiny of the Golden State. Celebrate Campo de Cahuenga, Thursday, January 18th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, visit laparks.org. See a screening of the Emmy-nominated documentary 18th and Grand the Olympic Auditorium. It's the story of LA's celebrated Olympic Auditorium. From its founding in 1925, the iconic auditorium hosted boxing stars, wrestling, lucha libre, and became a premier punk rock venue. After the screening, enjoy a lively conversation with director Steve Debro and actor Cheech Marin. Don't miss the screening of 18th and Grand, the Olympic Auditorium, Tuesday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. Get more information at lapca.org/event. Learn the art of bookbinding with the technique of long stitch. Hand sew a softcover book using this time-honored method of binding. Along with expert instruction, you'll choose the color and look of your cover, your thread, and even add a cool charm to your binding. Leave with your very own book to use as a sketchbook, planner, or notebook. This hands-on class will provide all the materials you need to create your one-of-a-kind book. Long Stitch Bookmaking is Saturday, January 20th from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the LA Central Library. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.